Isn't beef Wellington just a fancy corn dog? No. Corn dogs are terrible. Pastry clears cornbread. Cornbread is like someone tasted a tamale and went, I'm gonna create a f***ed up sweet version of this for the American palate.
Wait, do you not f*** with cornbread?
I don't f*** with cornbread. It's boring,
Cornbread's
dry.
good.
I love cornbread.
It's boring, dry, and tasteless.
No, you put butter on it. It's fucking wet and crummy and delicious.
I'm sorry,
Just
it's
like
the
all good things in life.
most insanely white take of all time. It's tasteless. No, you put butter on it. That doesn't add flavor to things that much.
It's not tasteless. It tastes
It
like
is.
corn.
Right.
Yeah.
It tastes like corn and sugar.
It's bland,
Americans
insanely
love
bland
nothing more
taste.
than corn and sugar.
Corn, sugar, and butter.
Now I'm
That's
starting
not
to think
flavor.
all
Americans
Americans is the only
everywhere
one who
grow
has
up on
flavor in
That's
the
not
UK.
flavor.
You're telling me that cornbread doesn't have flavor?
It
No,
doesn't.
You're telling me beans have flavor?
Beans? What, you mean like all
Fresh.
beans or baked beans? Baked beans are shit. But if you're dissing all beans, that's insane.
No, I'm dissing Britain, the United Kingdom.
Oh, you don't need to immediately start with the ad hominem and
You
the
don't need to
attacks
go
on
to the whole
our
of the
cuisine.
UK to insult Sideshow.
Just
There are many things you can
defend
pick
your
about Sideshow
own
to
food.
insult.
Cornbread is shit. That's fine. Americans have got plenty of other cuisine that's lovely. Cornbread is shit. You guys have been corn-pilled.
I'm so corn-pilled. I'm
Okay,
a fucking
well,
real
the
American.
US is corn-filled, yeah.
Yeah. You've corn-maxed way too hard. You've fucking used your soft power to stop other countries from developing their own agriculture just so that you can export the fucking stuff. And then you had too much of it anyway, so you've had to come up with different ways of
hate
shoving
the
it down
South?
there.
Do you hate Southerners?
Southerners in America? No, I don't
Like, you're-
discriminate. I hate Northern Americans as well.
Northern Americans. It's just Northerners or Southerners. And I know that that means something in the UK, but that's less important. We won the culture victory.
I've eaten cornbread in quite a few places, and I've never had any that I enjoyed. Cornbread is the worst type of bread I've ever eaten, honestly.
What?
That's
It shouldn't
a
be
crazy take.
How is that a crazy
You're a
take?
fucking sewer.
German bread, French bread, English bread, Indian bread. Like, is there any cuisine that does bread worse than America? I don't think
You
there is.
literally said defend your own cuisine. Cornbread is shit.
Yeah, it is.
I'm
It's
here
fucking
defending
shit.
my cuisine.
Okay, all right. Give me any reason that cornbread is good. Give me any reason that cornbread is good.
Oh, because you've been
tastes
eating
good.
fucking trash cornbread. It tastes delicious. You probably haven't had with fucking jalapeno in it, have you, motherfucker?
No, I haven't actually. And if you know where to have that, I'd love to try because normally it's bland as fuck. So put some
lived in
jalapeno in it, it would be
Texas.
amazing.
You lived in Texas.
I know, and I tried cornbread in Texas, and it was shit.
Man, you're just gravitating towards garbage.
But
that woman ain't right.
You can't trust Americans. You've given into the U.S.
That's actually-
corn-based
no,
propaganda.
never mind. No, think about it. You can't trust America.
So it is a good point. I do agree with you. However, I will say, as a trustworthy American, one of the good ones, cornbread's tasty.
You're one of the good ones, and what does that mean?
One of the good ones.
I'm one of the trustworthy Americans.
I don't know about that.
I think
don't know
saying
about
one of
that.
the good ones in your political climate has a bit of a difference.
But
So I
the
have
thing that
joyous
pisses me
memories of
off
it.
though is that when I've tried tamales, which are not that different to cornbread, as far as I'm aware, the flavor difference is
Pretty
enormous.
different.
Tamales have, I don't
Generally,
know what
they
they put in
use-
them, but they put whatever they put in
I think they
them
use,
needs
like-
to be put in cornbread.
Tamales are pretty different. Tamale is like the fucking. It's like corn dough,
Right.
and but it's like it's steamed in the husk of like
Yeah.
an actual corn, like head.
Yeah.
A cornbread is not
I know.
anything close to that.
Well, it's pretty close to that. It's made from a slightly different part of corn, and you process it in a slightly different way, but it's still.
It's a very different consistency.
It's not very. Is it really? Cornbread's lighter and airier, but it's not like fucking tamale is getting through a
It is
stone.
very different.
It's slightly denser.
They fill different things, different niches as well.
They shouldn't. That's my take, is that cornbread shouldn't have a niche to fill. Would anyone seriously have to take, though, that cornbread is better than tamale?
One is steamed, one is baked.
Okay, and? What, you mean you literally can't compare them because one is steamed and one is baked?
They're different methodologies.
Who gives a fuck? Every different food is a different methodology. Literally every food has a different thing that you do with it, either a different ingredient or a different way of processing it. That's what makes it a different food. That doesn't mean you can't compare them.
Oh, well, I'm saying you can't compare them. I'm telling you that.
Let me put it to you this way then. You have a finite amount of corn. You have a field full of corn, and you're trying to create the tastiest shit you can from that field full of corn. How much of it are you allocating to cornbread? How much of it are you allocating to tamale?
Josh, if America has one
none of
thing,
it. If we have one field of corn, we're probably just eating the corn.
Fucking, you're not just...
Yes. No. Josh. Your hypothetical is so fake. Because if America has one thing with an infinite quantity of, it's guns. If we have two things with an infinite quantity of, it's guns and corn. We have corn for fucking days. We never make anything with corn. We make it all into corn syrup, which is a despicable substance. For real.
Yeah, but I'm saying tamales... oh, fuck it. Whatever. Let's just watch Vitality win.
I am free. I am
EDG,
free.
Vitality,
This mustache
G2,
streamer
those kind of
keep
teams.
oppressing us league players. Sees the means of production, chatters.
You're trying to have a class uprising with the league players in here, and they're going to all be calling each other slurs within 20 minutes. That is not a functional group that you can actually radicalize and combine together. No comms, except for slurs, running it down mid as soon as the first person breaks the picket line. You're not rallying together. I'm not worried about the league players by any means.
Tell this story all the time. I played League once in my life. I loaded into the game and some guys said, "Hey Yasuo, watch bot lane," and I said, "What's bot lane?" And he said, "Kill yourself F-slur," and I logged off and uninstalled and never looked back.
I mean, now, I'm not going to begin the sentence with, to be fair to him, because there's very little grace that we should be giving somebody who says, "Kill yourself F-slur," at the beginning of a League of Legends game. But, to your discredit, not to his credit, but to your discredit, how are you loading into a League of Legends game while not knowing what the bot lane is? I think it's reasonable for that player to have an incredulous reaction. Were you playing 15 years ago? You should have some vague awareness if it was within the last decade of what a MOBA is. No? Should we pull up your League VOD? I knew what the bot lane was. And in fact, even if I didn't, could have used context clues. I'm not saying that their behavior was in any way acceptable. It wasn't. It was utterly unacceptable. But you didn't even try. Hey Sideshow, hope you're well. How much cock have you banged so far? Thanks much. Smile. I hope you're happy with that. Are you gonna answer? I have not banged any cock. In my life, in fact. Does it count if it's your own? I don't think so. I think to bang my own cock, I'd have to literally be pulling it around into my arse, right? Pretty sure that's homophobic. I don't think it's homophobic to not have engaged in homosexual sex. I don't think that's a reasonable line to draw for what is describing homophobia. It is? Well, damn, I'm gonna get lost in the times then, I suppose.
They should have made some content where they got the teams to play various British schoolyard games. Imagine how happy Boaster would be playing a game of What's the Time, Mr. Wolf.
So Squid Game. So you just want them to participate in like a British Squid Game, essentially. When they do VCT London, we'll have them play What's the Time, Mr. Wolf, and if they get the time wrong, they get eaten by a wolf. How about that? We're never going anywhere. We're just reacting to bits.
Bro turns on his stream for 100s of people whilst working and then complains at us for disturbing his work. Like we invited ourselves to his hotel room. This motherfucker opened the damn door and then complained about the noise.
Okay, I opened the door, but then a bunch of you came in and started making a lot of noise. Like, I came here to interact with the people who weren't going to disturb me. And instead, I got a bunch of people who are... You know what? It's my fault. You want me to say it? Hands up. You caught me. I'm the dumbass. If I didn't want to be disturbed, I shouldn't have streamed it. You're right. I'm a fucking idiot. That's a great analogy. You actually caught my ass.
Watching this while I'm at work, so technically you're disturbing me.
Right, well, that one doesn't fly. Sorry, the previous take was based from Adam, but Miles, you can't get away with that one. You are in control of whether or not you turn on the stream at work. I'm not forcing myself into your place of work and fucking up your work. I opened the door to you guys coming in and disrupting me, but I didn't fucking bust in your door like the Kool-Aid guy.
I too am working right now and I got yelled at by my boss because she was appalled that I would watch such a bald old egg guy on my phone. So this also
There's-
counts as disturbing my workspace, Mr. Josh XTD.
There's no world in which you got reprimanded for watching a bald guy
the only
because
way
they were
Fearless
bald.